Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast. This episode I'll be recapping Blankety Season 4 Episode 2, which was broadcast on the 19th of April 2025. I'm recording this episode only a couple of days later on the 23rd of April 2025. So before I get into the recap, I have previously released an episode about Blankety, and that was the 2024 Christmas special. So if you want a bit of insight into what it is, and that kind of will explain. It is quite self-explanatory, as you'll see in a second. But kind of that's kind of just that I should mention. Without further ado, here's my recap of Blankety Season 4, Episode 2. We start off with this title sequence. This episode's celebrity panel is revealed. Bradley is introduced. Nish mentions him and Rosie working together as Rosie was Nish's tour support act. Bradley mentions Mel's previous appearance on Blankety. Mel forgets working with Shane. Shane reveals when he and Leslie worked together. Bradley mentions his appearance on Coronation Street. Paul and Chloe are unveiled. Paul and Chloe introduce themselves. Bradley mentions living in South Wales for 2 years. Bradley insults the prizes on Blankety. Bradley explains how this round of Blankety works. Bradley reveals the Super Matches prize. Paul answers his first question. Leslie asks Bradley to repeat the question. Bradley agrees. Paul scores 4 points. Chloe answers her first question. Chloe scores 3 points. Chloe answers her second question. Chloe mentions her son. Chloe scores an additional 0 points, which means that Chloe has been eliminated. Chloe wins a Blankety checkbook and pen. Bradley explains how the super match works. Paul plays his super match. Paul asks for Anthony, Mel and Rosie's help. Paul chooses to use his own answer. Bradley insults the celebrity panel. Paul's answer wins him the basketball set. Helena and David are unveiled. Helena and David introduce themselves. Bradley reveals his true age as well as the Super Matches prize. Helena answers her first question. Helena scores 0 points. Nish celebrates being called young within David's question. David answers his first question. David scores 3 points. Helena answers her second question. Helena scores another 0 points. David confuses Bradley. Helena is eliminated but takes home Blankety checkbook and pen. Shane and Anthony showcase David's super match prize he could win. David plays his super match. David asks Nish, Shane and Leslie for help. David chooses to use his own answer. David wins £500. Paul is reintroduced. Bradley explains how the head-to-head works. Rosie and Nish showcase this episode's star prize, which is a lawnmower and leaf blower. Paul and David play the head-to-head. David wins the head-to-head. Paul goes home with the basketball set as well as the Blankety checkbook and pen. Bradley explains how the final round works. David chooses to play the final round with Nish. David doesn't win the star prize. Rosie reveals why she believes this was the case. Finally, David goes home with £500 and the Blankety checkbook and pen. That is my recap of Blankety Season 4, Episode 2. Now in tomorrow's episode, we're going back into the older episodes, and you can definitely tell when I've caught up on the new stuff, because in tomorrow's episode, we're going back to How I Met Your Mother with How I Met Your Mother Season 1, Episode 5, I believe, titled OK Awesome. But that's this episode. Let me know what you thought of Blankety Season 4, Episode 2 if you watched it. My recap, if you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else you want me to cover on the channel, such as any previews or recaps. Put those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for my recap of How I Met Your Mother Season 1 Episode 5 titled OK Awesome. Goodbye.